Fangs out. We are still looking at the films of M. Night Shyamalan. And if you remember, we looked at the top. We look at the what's considered, the best Shyamalan film, The Sixth Sense last. And now we gotta talk about a low light, right? Or what people say is a low light. We're totally gonna we'll talk about Lady in the Water. Now, before I start talking about it, we got to go back and check it out. That Lady in the Water was made in 2006, and starring Paul Giamatti and Bryce Dallas Howard. And it's was supposed to be a Disney production, and from what I can gather from my quick investigation, Shyamalan was talking to Disney, and he didn't get, he didn't feel that they were going to allow to shoot the movie the way he wanted, right? So legend has it is that he stormed out, and really, I can't confirm that, right? But that's what I read, that he really wasn't seeing. He thought himself a very serious director, and he had a very serious story that he wanted to bring to the screen, and the vision wasn't shared by Disney. So he left and they made it with somebody else. And the result, the result is weird. I don't know that a lot of people do like Lady in the Water. In fact, I can get you facts that I think it has so far it's like a 24% on Rotten Tomatoes, something like that, and it's, how can I say it? There's no other way to describe this film as this probably was some kind of drug trip. I mean, it's just, let's go, because it doesn't make any sense. However, is it as terrible as people think? I don't think so, and I'm gonna tell you why. Plot, okay? So you have this story about this maintenance man in an apartment building that find this beautiful being called Story, okay, and that she is protected by some kind of guild of special people, which is a very quirky characters that live in that apartment. An Asian lady, very eccentric, the even more eccentric daughter, the dude that only works out with one arm, the guy who can solve the crossword puzzles, the little kid that can predict the future by reading on cereal boxes. Yeah, you heard me right. Yeah, and something about a narf, and I'll cut to the chase. It's basically it's trying to be a symbolic, very deep meaning. Borderline on pretentious, fairy tale. And I seen as a dark fairy tale, probably the best one. There's a couple of great ones. Usually I like Guillermo del Toro there with Pan's Labyrinth, and I can also think of what's his name? What's this guy? The Golden Army with I can't think of the first bar of Hellboy. Yeah, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, and that kind of goes more into the dark fairy tale way. This is weird. This is a complete trip. Um, the way that this film climaxes and the grass wolves and the weird things, it's just completely a hallucinogenic trip that, I mean, I'll be honest, even though the conclusion is absurd, the premise is absurd, and the characters are so freaking quirky and interesting that I stay for the ride, and I don't did not dislike it. Um, it has creepy moments. It has very interesting moments. The actors are really fine. Paul Giamatti acting like a little kid. Come on, you gotta love that. Um, the Asian ladies are awesome here. Um, all I can tell you is that Shyamalan is a guy that he's gonna give you something entertainment every time. And this movie was entertaining. Was it a cohesive, good plot and as good as he probably thought it was gonna be? No. Is it something that you're gonna rewatch over and over again and you're gonna think it's Citizen Kane? Obviously not. But is it something that, without hating the director, is just a solid movie just to watch, even if it's just once or twice, and he really gets your attention. You really keep watching to see if something different is going to happen than what you think. And the movie is really weird and quirky and has really nice characters, so much so that it's hard to hate it. So, I mean, I don't know if I was to, I don't even know what grade to give it because it's just a very confusing. I would say it's not as terrible as people think. I think you should give it a watch, and I think that M Night may be up to something. Maybe it's not just crazy. Maybe he has that awesomeness because we're still examining him. He was saying M Night, show us whether are you a genius or an idiot savant. So we're trying to find out: are you a genius or a fool? And so far, this film didn't help to make him a genius, more like a fool. But we're still gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because of um, the the movie The Sixth Sense. But now, I'm gonna talk about another good, what's considered a good movie by most, which is Unbreakable. Stay tuned for that video. For now, good night, and don't let the wolves with fangs and grass